Okay, what we're going to do for the next half hour is just bring you up to date on the standard for fall protection. There is one in construction. It's a major standard, so much so that if OSHA hits a job site, it's one of the 4 things they hit. They hit electrical, they hit for caught between, struck by, and fall protection. And fall protection is the one that's got the biggest killers. If you fall 10 feet, it's a 50-50 chance you'll ever get up. Not how bad you're hurt, it's 50-50 chance you die. 1 worker a day dies in the United States from a fall. That's the average. That's a pretty tough statistic too. Recently I've had 2 guys fall in Manchester. However, they were wearing their stuff and they both laughed about it and walked away. One last Thursday, he scratched his arm as he hit the beam as he fell, and he was back to work in 30 minutes. So you wear your stuff, you go to work. You don't wear your stuff, they carry you home. Okay? First thing I'm going to do is go through a fall, shows you what happens in a fall and why stuff ends up that way. I have 170 pounds of dead weight up there. Just make sure the impact on the body is less than 1,800 pounds. Okay? So I got a 170 pound guy and I'm going to hook him to a 4-foot web lanyard. This guy won't even fall 6 feet because he's going to be tied off 4 feet. And what do you think that impact on that meter is going to read? How much? 3,674 pounds of impact. 4-foot fall. By the way, how much would you hit the concrete if there was no strap there? 3,674 pounds of impact. That's why at 10 feet you might get up, you might not get up. Hit your feet, you might survive it. Hit the side of your head and your neck, kiss her goodbye, we'll haul you out of here. That was a 4-foot fall. Wearing a lanyard. Not a lanyard you want to wear. OSHA won't allow you to wear that lanyard. It's not the best stuff. Most guys don't buy them. Most guys go ahead and buy what's called shock absorbing lanyard. Here's another one that shrinks up a little bit. There's all kinds of them on the market. You get the idea. Now what they do is they get the impacts down to around 900 pounds. At 900 pounds, you'll walk away from an incident. Okay? The other thing a shock absorber will do is you won't get the bouncing up and down, okay? You'll come down and you'll stop. Now that thing's hooked off at about 13 feet up there, 12 feet. Yeah, it's all right. 735 pounds. No bounce. All the way down from 3,400 pounds to 700. So far, all I did is I put on a good lanyard when I fell. Anybody here ever wear a belt? Belts like these? One?
Yeah, well, I did back when I first started.
Okay. Properly trained in it?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay. The guy said, what do you talk about? Put the pin in the hole. I've been doing that since I was 6 years old. Actually, a belt has training. You put it on, has to be around the stomach and snug. When I bend over and it digs in, I know I got it on right, but it digs in. So the first thing most guys do is they'll loosen it up 2 or 3 notches. They put it on their hips like John Wayne, and it feels a lot better that way. And I can hang bags on it and it won't hurt my back. Unfortunately, I fall, maybe this goes this way. Then where does that 700, 900, 1,500 hit? Right here. What if it goes this way? Then it gets you here. Or in some cases, and I won't do it now because I got this thing on in the back, guys just go right on out of them. But it was supposed to be like this with the D-ring in the back. And then you took a fall, and I'm going to show you what it was like to take a fall wearing a belt. And I only show you this once, and that's it. First of all, what happens? You get Dunlop's disease. That's where your belly Dunlops over your belt. Some of you guys know about that one, all right? What's happening? Everything is being jammed up into my chest. Kidney, heart, lung, liver, everything wants to go out my throat because there's nowhere in the legs to go. Then I take the face first dive into the concrete, or I'm upside down and I am hurting. The longest you can hang upside down without passing out, screaming, yelling, or whatever is 90 seconds. Some of you guys won't be missed, let alone rescued in 90 seconds. Okay? That's why OSHA says, hey, those things are horrible. Let's get out of them. You can get harnesses made out of Kevlar, Nomex. You can make them for arc flash safety. Harnesses for every job, shift, whatever work, iron workers or whatever. They also made them more of a vest style. So you could get on them just putting on a vest. And you had 3 options for leg straps. One is tongue and buckle like this. And this is the more popular of all the harnesses, I guess. Another style comes in the leg straps like this. These are called a pass-through or nestling. Some guys like them down here because there's less straps, and you can adjust them for winter and summer, and it's easy. The D-ring. This one's a little high. Because it's high, this is getting me closer into the neck. If I move it down, these will come off the neck and get more onto the shoulders, and it'll be more comfortable. But the law says it still has to be between the shoulder blades or higher. It can't be here or down here. Questions on how to put a harness on? I'm going to show you the difference now wearing this as opposed to the belt. And then we'll show you what they've done in harnesses to make them a little nicer. Now I'm hanging straight up and down, nothing on my chest. I can scream and yell and I can hang here. How long? 20 to 25 minutes. After that, I don't care who harnesses you got on, you're going to cut the blood supply off to the femur artery and you're going to have trauma, and it could get severe, it could get deadly. These are called self-retracting lifelines. If I fall, that's all the further I fall. Okay? £980 of impact. Piece of cake if you're wearing the right equipment. Other than that, that's it. Unless you have questions, you want to look at stuff, try stuff on, or whatever. Appreciate your time. Make sure you signed up because this does satisfy an OSHA requirement.